Data analysis and data processing are among the most important and skill requiring aspects and stages of professional research studies. Actually, when we collect data through the use of different data collection procedures or methods like interview, survey question, through the use of survey questionnaire or observations, or any kind of data collection procedure, we may collect a lot of data or a huge amount of data with some incorrect and useless data. When we collect the right data and the useful data, besides that we may collect some useless and incorrect data. That's why before the starting of the real data analysis procedure or process, we have to process our data. We have to transform our data, manage our data, minimize our data, and try to make sure that all parts of our data are useful and helpful for our research or the research studies. That's why before analyzing the data, we have to correct the data, start the data processing procedure through correction of the data. It means that when we assess our data, besides helpful data or besides correct data, if there are some incorrect or useless data, or some people may answer incorrectly, or even we may distribute the questionnaire to some people who are not among the population of our study, we have to eliminate such kind of data and correct our data. Or in some questionnaires, when some answers, there should be some very small or minor problems, and we may transform that through corrections, and we have to correct that. And after that, we have to minimize the data through the use of coding procedure, which is a very helpful processes, and we have to code the data, because if we use raw data, a big and a huge amount of data, it takes a long of time, and we may not able to come with a clear conclusions. That's why we have to use coding and code the data, and also find categories and themes throughout the coding procedures. And also we have to transform the data and separate the data, or categorize the data based on our research questions and research aims to answer our questions correctly based on the required amount and segment of the data. That's why we have to process the data, we have to transform the data and manage well the data. After that, we have to start data processing, data analyzing procedure practically. But before starting the real aspects and the steps of data analysis, we have to look again to our research idea, and also to our research problem, and have a look to the main structure of our the study or research project, and also have a look on our research questions and research objectives. And according to that, we have to choose the right aspects, methods, procedure, and tools of data analysis. Because even though if we collect the right data and correct data, but if we use wrong and incorrect data analysis procedure, we may come with definitely we come with incorrect results, and we cannot answer well our questions through incorrect results. That's why to have a very helpful results from our studies, from our researcher studies with data collection procedures, we have to think clearly, we have to look to different aspects of our research to choose the right data analysis procedures. Actually, when we start the data analysis procedures based on the main structure of our study and data collection procedure, we can choose any aspect in method of data analysis procedures. Actually, data analysis, when we want to analyze our data, data analysis help us to transform the raw data into helpful and useful information. Because we cannot answer our questions, or we cannot discuss, have a good discussion conclusion based on the raw data. We can answer our questions, we have the helpful and clear discussion in conclusion based on understandable and helpful information. That's why we use the analysis procedures to transform the raw data into helpful and clear information. When we look to the real aspect of our research project or data collection procedures, if our data collection procedures is based on qualitative data collection procedures, we use actually the qualitative data analysis procedures. In qualitative data analysis procedure, the first step is to code the data, because it's very difficult to answer questions or report the results based on the raw and open-ended answers of participants, or a lot of data from observations. That's why we have to code through the use of exact and professional coding style, through the use of maybe pre-coding or post-coding, or deductive coding procedure, or inductive coding procedure, or any kind of coding procedure. We have to focus on a right style and situation. Then we have, after coding, the coding procedure enable us to analyze the qualitative data. When we analyze based on the demand of our data, we may use content analysis, or we may use thematic analysis, or we may use narrative analysis and ground theory analysis, any kind of qualitative analysis procedure which is helpful for our research structure. But if our data is quantitative, we use the quantitative data analysis procedures, which is more clear than qualitative, because the qualitative data is a numeric data structure, or data and data collection procedure that deals with words, with quality, and some things that belongs to the quality of the things, or procedures. But quantitative data deals with numbers and quantities that are which are measurable, and we can measure through the use of different tools. That's why when we use the quantitative data analysis procedure based on our study structure and data collection procedure, we have to use the right methods and measurements, and also data analysis tools and methods. When we collected a basic level of data, we may use just a descriptive analysis, and we try to find some mean, median, mode, the standard deviations, and such kinds of basic information. But if we use a very deep structure of data collection and a study structure, we may use some deep and important analysis and tests, such as t-test, to find out the differences between two variables, or ANOVA to find out differences between 3 or more variables, or the categories. And also we may use correlation test to find out the relationship between variables and our structures and categories of our data collection procedure that construct the dependent or independent variables of our study. But the main and very important thing in the data processing and data analysis procedure is to think and to assess our data based on the real structure of our study, and categorize and assess and transform our data based on the real structure and procedure of our data collection, and also based on our research questions and research objectives. And after that, we have to know which tests are the right tests and helpful tests for our data to be analyzed, and to come with a clear and helpful result and answer. That's why it's very important to choose the right analysis procedure and to choose the right tests to come with a clear information, because through conclusion, through having a very clear information and also helpful information, through achieving clear results from our data, we can discuss clearly and we can conclude clearly. That's why it's very important to focus on the data processing procedures and also on data analysis procedure very carefully, and try to know all the procedures and try to use all aspects, methods, and tools clearly and effectively. I'm Dr. Abdul Qahar Sarwari. If you think such discussions and videos are helpful, please subscribe the channel. Thank you.